guys, what's up? It's Rachel back with another video, and in today's video I'm going to be doing a Ulta haul. So I don't think I have any updates in this video. I'm just going to go ahead and get started with the haul. So this haul is not huge, but it is eyeshadow palette heavy, and if you watched my last haul, it was a Sephora haul, and that haul, it was pretty blush heavy, I feel like. So if you want to go check that out, it's definitely up on my channel. But as I was saying before, this haul is eyeshadow palette heavy. So the first one that I have to talk about is one that a lot of people really rave about, but I have never picked it up. It's so pretty. It's just an everyday neutral palette. This is the Too Faced Born This Way The Natural Nudes, and this is what the packaging looks like. It's really, really pretty. And then when you open it up, it's absolutely stunning. I feel like this is going to be my new everyday palette, but this is what you have going on. So you have a lot of neutrals, just really pretty mauve tones. You have gold tones, and then you have your everyday neutrals. It leans mauve. It has like, it's cut off into sections, so it has more of like a champagne tone. It has more of the mauve tone in the middle, and then it has more of like the brown and gold side, if that makes any sense. But absolutely stunning. I know this palette has been out for a while, but I just hadn't really picked it up, and I noticed that when I went into Ulta, I think what it was is I got really excited about being in Ulta. I was like, let me just grab everything. So that is why I picked this palette up. But I hope the lights aren't washing it out, how pretty it is. I hope you guys can really see. It has a lot of shimmer going on in here. It's really, really pretty. I feel like you can't see the mattes good because of my lights, but just know that this is absolutely stunning. And I know a lot of people probably already have this palette, or they know about this palette. This isn't a new release. It's just new to me. The next palette that I have here to talk about is a Colourpop release, and when I saw pictures of this palette online, I thought it looked really ugly. I'm not gonna lie, I thought this palette looked really ugly online. I just thought it looked really bland, and it reminded me of a Colourpop palette that I never used that I have, because it's so boring. But when I saw it in person, and actually it's really, really pretty. It's gonna be another really good everyday palette as well. This is the Off Melrose eyeshadow palette. So this is what it looks like on the outside, and then when you open it up, it's really, really pretty. I hope you guys are going to be able to tell, but this is what it looks like. Now, it is a muted palette, I will say that, but it's just something about it. It's just really, really pretty. I think they picked the perfect tones that go so well together. You have the perfect amount of metallic shades and the perfect amount of matte shades, and I think there's a lot of looks that you can do with this palette, so I'm really excited to play with this. I was surprisingly shocked when I saw this palette. I have actually watched some YouTubers talk about this palette, like not talk about this palette, but they do like those follow me around Ulta videos, and that's the first thing that I hear everybody say. This palette looks so much different online compared to in person, and I feel like if people saw it in person, it would sell a lot better. That's just my opinion. I just feel like a lot of people has looked at this online and just thought, that's pretty ugly, but no, it's absolutely stunning, and I'm really excited to have this palette. Very excited to use this palette. I think it's really, really pretty. I definitely suggest going in store and looking at this, because like shades like this right here, you just can't see how pretty they are. Absolutely stunning. The next eyeshadow palette that I have here to talk about is from Morphe, and I haven't actually bought Morphe in a long time. I feel like the last time that I purchased Morphe was when I bought the Jaclyn Hill 2nd edition, like the big palette, and I also purchased that pastel palette that they did at the same time when I bought that Jaclyn Hill one, but as of that, I haven't really purchased a lot of Morphe products. The first one that I have here to talk about is the Madison Beard palette. This is just another everyday pretty neutral palette. This is the box. When there's collab palettes like this with any brand, I usually keep the box, because I noticed that when it comes to the palettes, they don't like to put the person on the actual palette. They like to put it on the box. So like her picture's up here, but for some reason they don't want to put it like on the palette. See, this is the back of the palette, and this is the front. See, they could easily put their picture on the back. Like, I don't understand why they do that. This is what the packaging looks like. It's just really basic. It's really simple. This is what it looks like. It's really pretty. You can do a lot with this palette. I think it leans more mauve tone, but you do have those orange and browns in here, and you have a lot of pretty like metallic shades. I had debated on this palette for a while, but like I said, when I was in Ulta, I was so excited to be in Ulta, because I haven't been in an Ulta store, I feel like, in a long time. So I was just literally grabbing everything that I saw that was like new or new-ish. But this is just really, really pretty, and I had debated on it, but when I was in Ulta, I was just like, yeah, I'll just go ahead and pick it up. I'm telling you, I get so excited being in an Ulta store, it's ridiculous. The next palette that I have here to talk about is one that I was like, oh my god, I cannot believe I bought this. It's also from Morphe. This is a person, I don't really watch their videos. I've watched some of them, and I I'm not really into them, to be honest, but I like the palette, if that makes sense. So that is the Nikita Dragon palette. So this is what the front of the palette looks like. This is the box. And then on the back, again, it has like the anime, like little character, like how she does that. I know that's like her thing, like the anime characters and stuff. She actually has her own brand. I'm sure if you're watching this video, you probably know that, but she does a lot of this stuff, I feel like. I will keep the box just because, like I said, they don't want to put like this stuff on the actual packaging, which is annoying. I don't know why they do that. I had actually, let's see, I had heard that she was coming out with a palette with Morphe. I wasn't interested, to be honest with you, because I'm not too fond of her. I had saw it online, if anything, like on the Ulta website. I hadn't even seen it on Instagram. This is what the palette looks like when you take it out of the box, and then this is the back of the palette, just plain annoying. This is what you have going on. So this is a really fun palette, and I feel like this is exactly what I mean when I say I was excited to be in Ulta, because this makes me excited about makeup. Whether you like Morphe or you like big palettes like Morphe, a lot of people are over like the big palettes, but like this is what I mean when I say I get excited going into Ulta, because look at this. Okay, you have a lot of matte shades, and you do have some metallics in here. You definitely have more mattes in here than metallics, and then you have like this right here in the middle, which is interesting. I don't know what type of formula that is. I think if anything, it will be a cool color, and don't get me wrong, but I feel like they do that for aesthetic purposes, because when you look at the palette, it looks really pretty. It just looks like a mixture of like a blue, green, and a purple. Same with this one down here. It's like a mixture of a blue, green, and a purple, and then when you look down here, you have this really, really fun, I hope my lights aren't blinding that. This is what it looks like. It's like a purple and blue and green. It has like a shift to it, but it is like a pressed glitter. So you have a lot of different formulas in here and a lot of different colors to play with. Did I need this? No. Did I need any more eyeshadow palettes at this point? No, I don't need any more, but I will always buy eyeshadow palettes. It's just like my thing. I'll always purchase makeup. Something about this palette, it just made me excited. I'm not too fond of the person behind the palette. I think the palette is really pretty, and it does fit her aesthetic, so I'm definitely curious to try this palette out and see how it works. I've never really had a problem with Morphe shadows before. When it comes to the big palettes, when they first got started and they were doing palettes, I think the first Morphe palette I ever picked up was the 35F. If I'm not mistaken. And something about that palette, I thought it was really pretty and everything, but the problem that I had with it, the metallics, they actually ended up fading away really fast. I don't have that problem anymore. I think the Jaclyn Hill palette is amazing. I wouldn't recommend it to you now, the first Jaclyn Hill palette that she released with Morphe, because they definitely changed the formula on that. The formula is garbage on that now, so if you have a good one, you're lucky, because the formula on that is absolutely amazing. And when it comes to the second Jaclyn Hill palette, the formula is absolutely amazing, and I highly recommend, if you like Jaclyn and you like good quality eyeshadows, I would definitely run out and get that one. That one has been out for a little bit, but I will say this, colors are so rich in pigment, and some of those shades are just really hard to create, and I think they did an amazing job with it. And a lot of those shades, when you get them on the eyes and when you start swatching and messing around with them, you can tell how unique they are. And I just feel like a lot of people, like if they saw it and actually went to the store and swatched it, which I know we can't right now, but I'm just saying in general, like if you swatched it, you would see how unique it is, because I feel like there's going to be a time when you want to go out and get that palette and you can't get the same formula because they cheapen the formula. So I'd highly recommend going out and getting the second one while you can. That's my little take on Morphe. The last product that I had to show you guys is also from Morphe. I feel like I'm Morphe heavy in this video, but I just thought these were pretty. I'm always in need of brushes. I feel like I lack on brushes a lot, and some of mine are just so old they need to be thrown away, especially my face brushes. But I picked up this little Sweet Oasis 6-piece eye brush set. Now this came out with a little collection. It had like a palette. It might have had a few other products, but I highly doubt it. Maybe some glosses or something, but I didn't pick up the palette. I just really wanted the eyeshadow brushes, because like I said, always in need of new brushes, and these are just really, really pretty, and I think these are really fun for the summer. This caught my attention when I went into Ulta. I think it was just because of the bright colors and stuff. Really, really cute. This is actually probably the only thing in this haul that was useful for me. I don't mind, honestly. Ulta and Sephora is my favorite stores to shop at, 100%. And when I was there, I was so annoyed because I almost made my husband go back and get them, but when I was checking out, I forgot I was going to grab me 2 of my Benefit eyebrow pencils. I was just walking around. I was probably in there for over an hour just walking around, looking around at palettes and just, you know, things that I didn't really need but just wanted. And then the thing that I went in there for, I didn't leave with it, if that makes sense. Like, I went in there for the brow pencils and come out with everything but the brow pencils. So I feel like I have rambled on enough. That was everything. That is my little mini haul. I feel like I didn't buy a whole lot, but I spent a lot of money, if that makes sense. That's not a good thing. I will be posting another another haul. I don't know when it's going to release. I feel like it's in the summer, but I saw that Too Faced is releasing the teddy bear collection. I'm going to be all over that. That is so cute, and I feel like it's going to be really, really pretty. But other than that, I feel like I'm just rambling everywhere. I wanted to talk about something on here that I saw recently, and I was actually really shocked about it. So I'm going to go ahead and give my 2 cents on it. I saw that Becca is closing as a company, which is really, really sad. I have always been a big fan of Becca. I think their highlighters are great. Their bronzers are really smooth and nice and pigmented. I think their blushes were really pretty. And also, I feel like the whole Jaclyn Hill collaboration when it comes to her face palette, her little eyeshadow palette, even though there was a little bit of drama with the eyeshadow palette, just the whole champagne pop, just the whole collection that they came out with Jaclyn Hill, I feel like that really set them over the edge. And I don't know, I just don't know what happened. I just know that a lot of their releases that come out, every time it went on sale, like literally, I'm not even kidding, their face palette that they came out with, the one for the holidays that had that red and that purple shade, I could have picked it up for 10 bucks off of Ulta, but I didn't pick it up. I just think it's really sad because they do have really, really good products, but not only that, I feel like their face primer is amazing, especially if you have dry skin, and I just don't know what happened. I feel like I agree with a lot of people when they say they didn't do enough with influencers. If anything, they wanted to go toward like the celebrity route. When you think of makeup and stuff, you don't really think of celebrities, you think of like YouTubers. It was kind of just surprising. I felt like a lot of brands are really hurting right now, and it's so crazy to me because when I was first getting into makeup, I know the brands that I really looked out for and that I really, really wanted, they're not doing so hot anymore. So like Urban Decay is not doing that great anymore, in my opinion. I feel like Too Faced is going to be the one to survive it, if any of them. That is just my opinion. I feel like Lorac is hurting really bad. I feel like Stila's hurting really bad. I feel like Buxom's hurting. And that's so crazy because if you think about the prestige side in Ulta, then that's like a lot of the main brands, because when you first go in, there's like Urban Decay. If they don't get their act together, they're going to be out. I don't know their finances. I don't know how good they're doing, but I just know of what I hear and what I see and how I feel about their products when they come out with new releases. I feel like, yeah, that eyeshadow palette that they come out with was really nice, in my opinion, the Wild West, but I just feel like they're hurting. I just feel like nobody really talks about them anymore, and I feel like these brands are just getting pushed out from newer brands, and it's really sad because that's like the brands that make up Ulta and Sephora, Urban Decay, Too Faced and stuff. It's just crazy to me because I feel like out of all the brands, I feel like Lorac would have been the one to go, or Smashbox, which Smashbox, that's crazy to me because I remember everybody liked their primers, and now there's so many primers on the market, you don't hear people talking about Smashbox primers. I didn't expect it to be Becca. I figured it was going to happen, and I thought it would happen soon, but I didn't think it would be Becca. I thought it'd be like Lorac. I thought it would be Smashbox, something like that. It's just so crazy to me. And you know, you don't really hear nothing from Stila either. I will go ahead and say it if nobody else says it. Those Stila Magnificent Metals, the glitter eyeshadows, those are some of my favorite products to this day, and I would be so sad if they had to close down. But it's sad because, you know, this was somebody's dream. Somebody had this big dream of having their own makeup brand and their own line and stuff, and it's more than just, oh, it's just sad. It's like these jobs, people have these jobs and they're lost. Like, I wish they can save it, which I'm pretty positive that they can't because they've already released the statement and stuff, but my thoughts and prayers go out with them because I know, I mean, I could only imagine. So it's just really sad. I have rambled on enough. Leave it down in the comments if you guys want to, what you think about it. What do you think about Becca having to close down? And what do you think Ulta and Sephora is going to look like in 5 years when it comes to brands? Like, what brands do you think will be out? Do you think there's going to be more brands that have to close down? Leave it in the comments down below. Too Faced will survive it. They have to survive it. They're too cute not to survive. Also, I just feel like I could go on and on. Anastasia is hurting. I feel like Anastasia has been hurting ever since they released palette after palette, and people kind of lost respect for them after that. So that's like pretty much the whole prestige side of Ulta that's not doing great. That's so crazy to me. Leave it down in the comments below. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about any of these products that I picked up in this video. Let me know if you love them. Let me know if you like them. Let me know if you hate them. Let me know if you think it was a waste of money. I would love to hear. Definitely let me know. But other than that, I just want to thank you guys so much for being here and liking and commenting. It honestly means the world, and don't think that you go unnoticed because I truly see you and I truly do appreciate each and every one of you. But before you go, please don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell below so you're notified every time I upload a video. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.